Sweet. Thank you guys so
I
much.
don't know if we covered much, and I know we didn't. I don't know. We covered things.
We covered all the questions.
Yeah. We covered things you wanted. Oh, yeah. We should talk about. We have to talk to you about.
Oh, your 401k.
If you have old 401ks, you should. I always say depends on the balance of it. And my personal thought is if it's under $10,000, you roll it into your next company's 401k.
Okay.
If it's over 10, it's worthy of putting into an IRA and investing it on your own.
Every account you have costs between $10 and $75 a year probably to just maintain. Yeah. So that's why you want the minimums. But you have to keep in mind also that the investments within a 401k are more expensive than what you're going to buy outside of. And it's because that's a packaged plan. And a lot of times those mutual funds within your 401k are paying, like say you've got a John Hancock 401k. John Hancock makes money off of every single one of those funds. And so the expenses inside of there are just a lot more expensive than just doing it on your own somewhere else.
And also, am I wrong in this, but on an IRA, is it potentially more diversified than a 401k depending on what company?
Correct. So if you, I know you're looking for jobs right now, so you know when you go, you may wait and just see kind of where you land and what happens. But if you look at the new company's 401k plan and it's just a crappy plan, and you could call either one of us, we could tell you. You could send us a list of funds and we could be like, oh, that's a great plan, or you know, it's good to save in it, but don't add more money to it. And plans are getting better and better, so it's actually pretty rare now that I see a bad plan, but they're still out there. Then you can kind of make that decision. But you're limited in a 401k to the options that they offer you.
Yeah.
So you may have 10 or 12 fund options. And in most cases that's fine, but there are cases where they're just outdated, the plan is old and bad, and
because the last company I worked for, they had a ton of options. Mm-hmm. And like, one had 30 different.
Right.
Which is good. Yeah. I think the only thing you need to watch out for is when they try to put you into an annuity, which is usually like nonprofits, schools, churches, things like that. They'll try to put you into an annuity, and those are extremely expensive. And when you want to go somewhere else, they won't let you take your money. Like TIAA CREF, which does a lot of school teachers and things like that. They'll tie up their money for 10 years. I mean, you cannot get to your own money. So if it says annuity on it, then that's a red flag, and you need to call somebody and figure out if it's a good investment.
Not that necessarily all annuities are bad.
No.
All bad investments are annuities.
But the other, so you asking what kind of IRA? If you roll into an IRA, the only IRA you can roll into is a rollover IRA.
Yeah.
And technically, depending on your year, and I just did this a couple of years ago, you can actually roll your 401k IRA into a Roth, but you have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
So that's an option depending on your, yes. And you can't take the money from the rollover, or you have to pay a penalty on that. So anyway, it's just, if you're thinking like that, or if you think it may be a year where you don't have a lot of income, maybe a good year to roll it over, just make sure you ask someone about it too and understand what you're doing with the tax situation before you do it.
Okay.
But you can open up an IRA. I mean, you could go on ScottTrade.com
or
and open one up.
Or Fidelity,
or go to, I mean, you could go to somebody like us, or you could do it yourself online somewhere.
And just as I mean, not to pitch these guys, but I self-direct my own IRA. I have my own 401k. I've actually got 2 plans. And I write checks out of my IRA account. I still have a fee-only financial planner or a fee-based financial planner that helps me with my asset allocation strategies. Because you know what? I don't do it every day, and they do.
Yeah.
And even if you're a financial genius, you still need to have no one person is smarter than a group of people, and their fee and their cost is well worth it.
Well, it seems like a lot of people in here are self-employed, and even in the industry you're in, you understand the value of advice. And I think our generation is a little better about not just trying to do everything ourselves, but hey, I need someone that's going to do this for me. And you know what? I'm not going to clean my own house. I'm going to hire someone. You know what? I'm not going to. And it's just kind of we're a little more open to having other people take ownership of pieces of our lives. So don't be afraid.
I don't like cooking. I don't know how to cook. Why am I doing my own yard work?
So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Just a quick reminder too, Celeste will be sending out information shortly about the tables at Mickey's for Super Bowl. And then the 4th Tuesday of every month, which in February will be the 28th, we'll also be having our next night for networking.
How can I start getting the emails?
I'll make sure. Contact information. I'll make sure. I'll tell her when I see her. Well, if I see her today, I'll see her tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to